Hi guys, back again. I'm sorry about the long time, and it's sorry about the filming. It's just I'm being bitten by mosquitoes, but everything's doing again. Good. Just got Dressora scorbutees. Obviously, by now you know the Nepenthes, and I don't think you see this big Nepenthe. No, I'll leave it in the greenhouse because in the last video I only had the small greenhouse, so you couldn't see this. But everything's doing well. Got some cuttings growing over here. Pitcher plants doing well over here. Everything might look a bit different because I repotted some stuff, some stuff new like this and all. And I think I can see some shoots there. Let me just see. Yep, if you see there are some shoots coming out, which I can cut off soon. Yep, that will be sorting out. So now the pitchers are growing. I think I had a bit of mold growing on this one. Not sure what happened to it. I think something must have got into it. But the trick is, what helped a lot outside, even if you're in a hot country like me, because I'm in Malta, it's at the moment it's evening and it's 32 degrees, or 31, I don't know. And you can still keep them outside. I realised, before I was keeping them inside, but I realised it's okay keeping them outside, especially the sundews. Some of them absolutely thrive, like this guy. And the Nepenthes, I mean, not a massive difference. But really, there's not a difference on most of them. But sometimes it's easier when you have a lot of plants. So, sorry about the long thing again. Now, it's good to keep your plants outside because obviously they catch more insects, but it doesn't really matter. As long as they're in a greenhouse and good temperature, it's good. The thing is, you need to be careful keeping your plants outside is actually, it can get really hot. Well, not always, but where we live, it's summer now and it's really hot. So what we do, I got up a shade, so that should keep it okay, So they still get a bit of sun, but not too much. So then it's good to have a little section just with your carnivorous plants to know, oh, I need to do this, So I'll try post more often, like maybe once a month. But I can't promise anything. Just keep them in water trays and make sure, if it's hot, they're well watered. And if they're well watered, they're good. Actually, this guy needs a bit of water. He's quite dry. But what's the good thing? The sphagnum moss. I haven't watered this in ages, like maybe about 2 days, and it can reach up to, and it's like 40 degrees here, and it's moist and perfect. Nice and moist in there. So remember, especially in summer, you want it nice and moist because otherwise stuff just dry out, stuff dry out, and especially make sure you're pruning them. Like lately I've been trying getting rid of all of that. I did actually do a cutting on my Nepenthe. I did cut it because it used to reach up to the roof there. So now I'm trying to, So the good thing is, the pictures, everything. Yeah, sorry about all the mosquitoes and stuff. But remember, don't take care of everything the same. Like, for example, this Dressora, this is the world's biggest pygmy sundew, by the way. It likes quite dry soils. Like, this may be a bit too dry. I need to water it, but very dry, And what's the thing? Be careful, because some shops, they give you actually more plants than you buy. So, you can look for that in shops. Like, I bought this as one plant, but I got, like, I don't know, 4. So, look for that in shops. That's one thing you need to look for. And don't just look for the biggest. Also look for the healthiest. and possibly one which is flowering to get some seeds, even though they take quite a long time to grow. So remember, just especially in summer, sphagnum moss is good. Thinking about it, I need to change this to sphagnum moss, because it would dry out after 2 hours, 3 hours, while this can keep wet for a few days in this heat. I'm really surprised, they actually do really well in this heat. It's okay, but you just have to be a bit careful. It's doing really good. All the cuttings, some cuttings didn't make it, You have to be careful with cuttings. Make sure they're quite big. Oh, I left mine a bit too tiny. So make sure, you get some stuff big. Right, and remember the cuttings, like here on my Nepenthe, I got some cuttings there. Well, the basil sprouts. So when they get a decent size, like maybe a bit tinier than this guy, then I know I can cut it off, and you want to make sure your roots are touching the ground. So sometimes, if you can, try to get some peat. Because peat, maybe it's not the best at holding water, but it can be really good for seedlings, because there's some peat here I have. It can really, get the roots locked in, so it's easier to get water from it. So for big plants like this, or this, it's best if you use moss. But for tinier plants, or especially ones which don't have a good root system, it's best if you use peat, because it helps a lot. So again, sorry about the late posting. I'll try do it more often now. But for now, bye. See you again soon. Please subscribe though.